Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mayank, and I'm the CEO of Vertex. It's an absolute pride and privilege to represent the entire spectrum of signage manufacturers, starting from roadside fabricators to organized manufacturing setups like Vertex. But today, I'm not here to sell my product. I'm not here to market me or my company. This session dives deep into how aesthetically designed, visually striking, and structurally sound advertising units not only elevate the urban landscape, but directly contribute to enhanced brand visibility, increased advertiser trust, and ultimately higher revenue. We will explore the rising number of incidents involving structural failures, where media owners have faced civil and criminal liabilities despite not being directly responsible for the substandard work. I'll outline practical strategies and contractual safeguards that can help media owners mitigate these risks, ensure compliances with IS standards, and protect their businesses and reputation. Finally, we will reflect on the broader civic responsibility that media owners bear, not just to advertisers, but to the cities they operate in. From contributing to the beautification of urban spaces to ensuring public safety, the modern media owner is as much a curator of city aesthetics as a platform for commercial messaging. Please join me to reimagine OOH not just as a media, but as a meaningful contribution to the urban ecosystem, where design meets safety and businesses aligns with social responsibility. Let's talk about revenue. Let's be honest. Love for cities and passion for art are great. But those billboards are not going to pay their own license fees and electricity bills. Revenue generation isn't just important, it's survival for media owners. It's a myth, and I'm repeating myself, myth, that just putting up a billboard is enough at a strategic location. Recently, one of the participant speakers recently said, brands don't just want space anymore. They want Instagram-worthy, architecturally marvelous, and legally safe platforms to showcase their brands. An ugly billboard hosting a luxury ad is like hosting the Oscars in a broken-down school auditorium with plastic chairs. Technically possible, but no one is proud of it. Media owners can command premium rates leading to higher revenues. And even if the brands or agencies does not pay premium, it would definitely lead to better occupancy rates. Fewer breakdowns and lower operating costs would also save your leakages, wastages, and brings more efficiency in your operations. In the urban landscape, where operations and city municipalities are bending over to ensure their revenue is maximized, we can't have flagship sites everywhere. So one day, I asked a media owner, why don't you make highly aesthetical structures like the ones they make in Dubai or Europe? And the statement was profound. He told me, I'm not here to make a Taj Mahal, because to make that Taj Mahal, two conditions needs to be fulfilled. One, I should be an emperor, and secondly, Mumtaz has to die. Sorry, Mayankji, I'm no emperor, and I'm certainly not Mumtaz. The $1 million statement stuck with me. I understood that sites have to be designed in such a way that neither the media owner needs to be an emperor and neither Mumtaz has to die. But how do we define a good design? The first thing is design standardization. What is the need to make a Taj Mahal? No, sir, it's not required. What we actually need is one or two designs that are aesthetically designed well, standardized, and can be replicated in huge quantities, lowering the cost and bringing the efficiencies. Kia and Mahindra cars is a classical example. 90% of the features offered in luxury brands are incorporated into a car which cost 80% less. The designs should be modular in nature, nuts and bolts assembly. Transportation is safer and installations are faster. If you have a look at the signages that are installed in Chennai Metro, the duct panels of sizes 60 feet by 10 feet, we manufactured these signages in a manufacturing unit which was 2,000 kilometers away, and we transported it from Delhi and installed in a single day on the location without the use of an electrical connection. The materials should also be optimized. Most of the time, a local fabricator would suggest materials not because it is the best option, but largely because he does not possess the infrastructure to process better materials. Quality should not be dependent on the skills of a workman. Processes should be designed in a such way where quality output is assured. I can assure you that if your structures are designed and made well, your revenue would definitely increase. And it is not just my wishful thinking. Already Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities in North have experimented with this, and the results are mind-boggling. Let me share some data with you. A pole kiosk that used to sell for rupees 2,000 per month in Agra now sells for 8,500 per month. A unipole that used to be sold at 25,000 rupees per location in Mathura now retails for around rupees 85,000. And it is not something that has taken 2 years or 3 years. I'm just talking in a span of 6 months. Clients don't pay you for space, they pay you for the face. If your billboard doesn't have the looks, it will get ghosted faster than a bad Tinder profile page. Trust me, nobody's swiping right on that. The second topic is the risk, and I believe this is one of the most important topics that we are here to talk about. What could be more exciting and thrilling than talking about risk, right? I mean, who needs skydiving or bungee jumping when you can simply own a billboard in India and experience the adrenaline rush of regulatory compliances, civil and criminal lawsuits, and the occasional flying hoarding in the monsoon? Welcome to the real adventure spot, being a media owner. Broadly, there are 5 different types of risks which currently poses a threat to the entire OOH ecosystem. Regulatory risk. Regulation in India are a bit like complicated family WhatsApp group. Confusing, constantly changing, and somehow you're always guilty even if you didn't say anything. One day your billboard is permitted, next day it is illegal. The structural risk. A badly designed billboard is not just ugly, it's public enemy. One strong gust of wind and suddenly your hoarding is crowd surfing down the street, landing you not only in the news, but also in the jail. And let's be honest, jumpsuits of jails clashes terribly with branding. The financial risk, putting up a billboard is like adopting a pet elephant. Looks impressive, everyone admires it, but feeding it costs a bomb. And after all this, you thought going digital would make your life easier? Surprise. Now you have hacking risk, severe crashes, and the horror of your life when technical glitches makes your video pixelated during the prime time. So, friends, owning media today is a lot like riding a tiger, thrilling, fast-moving, slightly terrifying, and if you're not careful, you'll become the lunch. So, we can't mitigate all these risks, but at least we can do something about it which covers most of this risk. And one of the easiest way to do this is creating a corporate whale. Corporate whale is a legal concept that helps separate the business entity from its owners. By creating a corporate whale, media owners can get significant protection not only from financial liabilities, but also be shielded in certain cases of criminal negligence. So the question is, how do you create a corporate whale? One of the problems that I often see while talking to media owners is that most of the media owners are somehow confused. They suffer from a fabricator syndrome. They are confused if they are the fabricators or the media owners. In most of the cases, they would hire chartered structural engineers to make the structural design, but the execution of those projects would remain in the hands of petty fabricators who are hired on a job work basis per kg. So let's see the legal aspect of it. Legally, if a structural failure happens due to poor design or subpar construction, you and only you will be held for negligence. Under the eyes of the law, it was the media owner's responsibility to see if qualified professionals were hired. Qualified professionals and organizations would not only create a corporate whale for you, but also indemnifies you in case any issues arises in the future. Number two, even if you have hired a good company to do your structural framework, it is very important to have a structural and a safety auditor that you hire that would go a long mile in creating a corporate whale, which in turn protects the media owners. After the structure has been installed, hire qualified structural auditors to get the structure audited to ensure that the companies have delivered what was expected. Please insist on factory production of your media. Any engineer would vet the statement that one can have better control on the quality and finishing of a fabricated structure if it is made inside controlled environment like that of a factory. Inhuman site conditions, poor visibility and physical limitations at the site cannot ensure if a product has been fabricated in compliance with relevant standards. You would be surprised to know that most of the contracts in the industry are verbal. Having proper contracts in place with contractors, suppliers, and maintenance teams is critical for transferring some of the risk of negligence to other parties. It is also important to regularly inspect the structural integrity of your billboards. You must ensure that weathering, corrosion, and wear and tear do not compromise the safety of your structures. A maintenance schedule and thorough safety inspections are vital to prevent accidents. A stamped and signed audit report would go a long mile in protecting you. If you receive complaints or warnings from the public, local authorities, or any relevant agencies about the condition of your media structure, act immediately. Taking immediate and proactive measures will show that you are taking proactive steps to minimize the risk. By focusing on best practices in safety and risk management and legal compliance, media owners can not only protect their business interests, but also ensure that the public safety and reputation of their OOH media operations. Lastly, I want to talk not just about business, but something far deeper, our responsibility. As media owners, we don't just sell spaces. We are the custodians of what the world sees when it looks at a city. Our hoardings, billboards, and digital screens are not just advertisements. They are markers, they are markers of aspiration and symbol of progress. India is changing faster than ever. We, as media owners, carry a moral responsibility to build not just for profit, but for pride, beauty, and safety, for a legacy we can be proud of. Every time we erect a structure, it should not just withstand the rains and the winds, it should reflect our respect for the people who walk beneath it. Every worker who climbs up to install a sign deserves to go home safe to their family. Every citizen passing under our media deserves to trust that it is built with care and not shortcuts. This is not just about regulations, it is about humanity. Let us not just be media owners, let us be guardians of India's skyline and guardians of its people. Thanks a lot for your patience, and I once again thank the Outdoor Asia and VJ Media Works and a wonderful audience for providing a platform to a manufacturing company to share our thoughts and ideas with you. Thank you so much.
Thank
Hi.
you. It was a fantastic presentation.
Thank you.
And so much knowledge I gained. I have didn't know that so much goes behind making, because I'm not in that purchase side or the operation side. I'm mostly in the
Yeah.
BD side. It's amazing. So what can government do to support manufacturers like you so that you can build beautiful structures like this, which makes us feel proud of the city and the development of India?
Thank you so much for your question. I'll take this and try to answer it to the best of my capability. So Vertex, I believe that we are the torchbearers that started this thought in this industry that quality should not be the privilege of a few people who can pay well. Because 85% of the media that is installed in the country is right on the roads in tier 2, tier 3 cities. In the last 2 years, Vertex has engaged extensively with the government, especially in the northern India, where we have approached the urban local bodies, municipal corporations, political establishments, and it's very unfortunate, but the incidents in Bombay and Kanpur, where so many people have died, has escalated, or I would say fast-track the point that we have been trying to make for the last so many years. Thankfully, right now, many corporations, a number of them, have started specifying the kind of the quality of the asset that is required to be put up on the roads. Now it is not just left to the choice of the media owners. Vertex is actively advising the government into creating and drafting policies that establishes that what kind of a media should be there on the roads of the Indian cities, where it is aesthetically beautiful, matches with the overall look and feel of the city, if it is a heritage city or a modern city, and at the same time assure that the cities are safer. Thank you so much.